looking back to that first season when we got into the Premiership with Andy Key and Neil Back, front rows wise, we had a lot of experience there now. That seemed to be a real key area. Obviously, from their experience at Leicester, they knew we needed to have a front five that could compete.
Yeah, I think the front five has always been a big thing in rugby union. It's all about the set piece, winning the ball, providing the ball for the backs, that platform so you can play off. The line-out was a big focus. Brought in Marco, Scrum, Juan, Amigo, Alex Moreno. We had Mike Max, Rawley, Villy. Tits. I think Tits come on later in the year. I think come on board about Christmas. A lot of experience, and it was good for the squad. Healthy competition. Lundy was coming into form, and he come from Rotherham, and it took him a while to find his feet, but he become a force on the pitch. And I remember running over people and smashing people, manhandling the big horrible man that he was. But it was good for the club, and it was what we needed at the time. And
Shrek, obviously, in the back row as well. He seemed to defy natural laws and what a body should do.
I have never seen someone be so weak at lifting weights, but so strong. Honestly, I remember wrestling with him. He's like a bull. He was literally like a tank. And I remember playing games where I think it was Wafts away, Sarries away. He's just like in the middle of a rucks, just like destroying them, picking the ball up as he pleases. It was just, he was a great guy as well, a real funny guy, real calm, placid guy. And it was just, the contrast was just amazing. I've never seen someone take so many beatings and just keep getting up, and like the old school Rocky Balboa. It's crazy.
Would Henry Frey be one of your top players that you've played alongside?
Yeah, definitely. I've never played with anyone who could do that. Never.
So, come to play Worcester here. It's dubbed the £1 million game to stay at. What are your recollections of that game?
Oh, I was on the bench for most of it. I remember it just being tight. I remember it's hard to have been so many now. I remember the game being tight. It was really intense. I remember just the intensity. I remember being sat there and the intensity. And you couldn't take. We were going down trying to warm up. You couldn't take your eyes off the game. And I remember getting on. And I remember, I can't remember. Someone carried the ball that far side, and I remember clearing the ruck and being over it. And I knew it was the last minutes or last seconds of the game. Next thing is I didn't even know what happened. I know the ball off the pitch, and it was just elation. But I think it was Big Tom Denton when he got his big size 12s on it and booed off into the south stand or something. But no, it was a great feeling. Another great feeling. I mean, it's them achievements. It's what we wanted to do that year. All we had to do was solidify, get up there, stay up there. It's what we wanted to do, and we managed it last game of the season.
Was it the fact that we've been written off by pretty much everyone all season that made it so sweet? Yeah,
it was really. I mean, we were sort of like, it was the same as every newly promoted side. We always get the same spiel, just going to have to scramble and get the wins when they can get the wins and stuff like that. But we targeted games when people had internationals. The boys dug deep. People got fit. We got a game plan which suited us. That was the time when we narrowed up the pitch as well, wasn't it? I think it was, yeah, we narrowed up the pitch. And it was all just to suit us to get what we wanted, and we got it. So, people were upset and had the problems with it at the time, but at the end of the day it worked, so who cares?
You mentioned then the following year, and whilst we ended up relegated, we were very much a contender. I mean, had a couple of results gone our way, we could have been easily mid-table.
Yeah, definitely. It was a tough year to take that, real tough year, because guys were wanting to play, they were trying hard, and it's tough on the field because I think results don't always go the way, and things started getting unsettled in the back room. And I remember, I think Kiwi left early, didn't I? I think he left early, and it was just that can unsettle. And there's always that when things aren't going right, when it's so close as well. After we stayed up the year before, and we're still in that battle, and no one wanted to go down. It was a tough year, and that relegation was probably the hardest one to take, the hardest one. I remember being stood under the post. I can't remember. I think it was Harlequins. We were getting well beat, and we were just saying, "Listen, let's just play for some pride." That's all we can do is keep trying and just keep going. And that was the hardest relegation to take. That one, real hard.
Made particularly hard by what happened at Franklin's Gardens on the last day of the season. We got off to such an incredible start.
We were flying.
And we it almost looked like we were going to get the bonus point wrapped up by half time.
Flying. I remember twice that year. I think we played at Saints, and we had 4 tries in about 20-25 minutes. I was fortunate to play both games as well. Absolutely flying. It was great. And then we knew at half time, like, listen, they had all the internationals on the bench. And we knew at half time they were coming on. We said, look, we've got to dig in, just dig deep. We've got 40 minutes left. We've got a good bench. We can grind it out. And unfortunately, we went to the last play of the game. And it was just, to come so close, I think that made it worse. It was a tough journey home, that.
I mean, you can obviously sympathise with other teams. We think to Worcester and Bristol this year, how that final ended, but how that game ended. We literally within inches of scoring a bonus point try that would have gave us a draw, and we'd have come out. The police would have come out of the game with 3 points. Yeah,
and it's just that's why everyone loves the game, isn't it? It's unfortunate, really. It's just hard to be part of. It's really hard to be part of when I can't describe the amount of as many emotions I went through in that game. Just. You never expect to go to Franklin's Garden and score sort of 3 tries in 15, 20 minutes and be 20 points up or whatever. I can't remember what it was, 20 points up or whatever, but you're thinking, wow, this is it. This is our moment. I'm going to do it again. And at the end was just I remember just feeling like we're holding on, and just remember it felt like your grip was just going, and it was just no matter what you did, no matter how hard we tried, it was just wasn't good enough.
That obviously led to Neil Back leaving the club. You'd have been of the generation where you'd have watched Neil Back as a player for England, and presuming in the style of play, you'd have been someone you admired. How did you find him as a coach?
Yeah, I think Backy was I think when I first come here, he was on my bio as my most favourite player. It was good. It was good. Technically he understood the game well. Tactically he knew what to do. It was just, when things don't start going the right way, and it's hard for anyone to keep everyone together. And I think that's what happened. I think we were so close yet we were so far that year. Because you say we had so many close games and we're just a couple of results the other way, it would have been no problem. But it was tough. It was funny. I remember back his intensity. I remember him smashing people in defensive drills. That's all I ever remember about him. He used to just smash people in defensive drills. You wouldn't expect it, and bang, he would just smash you. I remember him breaking his watches. He used to like his watches back here, really expensive watches. And I can't remember who he was tackling. It might be Scott Armstrong or someone like that. And he was doing a tackle demo and he went bang, smashed him on the floor. Scott was laying on the floor like nothing. He didn't know it hit him. And then back he gets up, his watches in pieces on the floor. He's like, it'll be all right. But no, yeah, he was an intense man. He was a very intense man. But he likes to joke as well.